Hello, welcome to Elementary Algebra. My name is Shelby Jansen and I will be your instructor for the course this semester. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be there with you today. I'm in Manhattan for a meeting, but my good friend Pam Lehman is here and she can help you with anything that you need today. Let's look at the syllabus. The first thing you'll notice on the syllabus is how to get a hold of me, my office hours, my phone number, my email address. I'm in the office pretty much Monday and Wednesday noon to 5. Thursday I will be at NCAT, and Friday I will be teaching this class, be with you guys in the morning, and then I will still be around the office and I will be online available to 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Of course, you can reach me anytime just by email. You can email me at my email address or through Angel. My office is upstairs in G214. It's kind of a maze up there, but you should still be able to find it. In this class, we're going to be going over adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. We'll be doing a lot of work with equations and graphing, and I'll show you how to use your graphing calculator a little bit, how do you put fractions into it, those types of things. But we will definitely get into some graphing and lots of equations. Since this class is a hybrid class, you are going to be required to purchase my math lab. Part of my math lab is an e-book, so you are not required to purchase an actual textbook. There is an e-book that is available through the My Math Lab. You can buy that in either one of the bookstores, either at NCAT or at Southside, and here's the ISBN. You can also purchase it online. Once you go to register for your course, which we'll do here as soon as we get done with our syllabus, you will need this code. And this code can also be found in lessons in the weekly folders and the course content, but you will need that number, so we'll come back to that. You are required to have a graphing calculator. It is possible to take this course without using a graphing calculator, but I plan on showing you a lot of things, how to use it, and that way you're ready to use it when you take intermediate next semester. Tutoring is available. The hours and times do change, so make sure that you check your MyWATC for the most current hours, or ask Miss Lehman, she'll know everything. Grading, we are on a standard 10-point scale, and all of the classes here or all the math classes at WATC are weighted. 10% homework, quizzes 15, exams 55, and your finals 20%. Now let's look at what you're going to be doing every week. Each week you're going to be required to log into Angel. Once you log in, you will need to go to the Lessons tab, click on Course Content, and select the appropriate folder. You'll see all the weeks there. Once you click on the week, then you will see a checklist and reminders of due dates and tasks that you have to complete, assignments you need to make sure that you get done in My Math Lab, things that you have to get done in Angel, all kinds of things. You will also see resources there, you will see videos, and I have online lectures. All kinds of information for you to look at that you can prepare each week for the assignments. Since this is an 8-week course and a 3-credit-hour course, you need to plan on at least 6 hours of work time. Of course, you'll have 3 of those hours in class with me on Friday, but probably at least 3, if not 4 hours outside of class, preparing and looking over things and getting ready for the class. In this course, we're going to be using something called the flipped classroom model. It's different than any of the classes you've probably ever taken, but it's flipped because students will spend time at home listening to online lectures, watching videos, reading, taking notes. Class time will be used to work on your assignments, ask questions, and get help. Because how many classes have you taken where the teacher lectures to you the entire time, gives you your assignment as you're walking out the door, you go home, you sit down to do it, and you don't remember anything? So this type of classroom instruction is going to change that. You'll be looking at the lectures, listening to the lectures online, viewing information, taking notes, and then when you come to class, I'm there to help you work through your assignments, work through whatever quizzes you need to work through. You can ask me questions, but it's imperative that you look at the material prior to coming to class, which is what we're going to talk about next. So your homework. Each week we're going to have a certain number of lessons that we're going to have to cover. It is your responsibility to view the content before coming to class and be ready to work when you get to class. Taking notes, asking questions are vital skills needed to being successful in any course. At the beginning of each class, students will be required to show the instructor his or her notes, and a note-taking procedure will be discussed during the first class period, and note-taking resources will be available on Angel. And so Ms. Lehman will go through some of those things with you and talk about some note-taking strategies that we're going to use in this class. Your classwork, or what you're going to work on in class, is your My Math Lab assignments and any of the other tasks you have to complete for that week. So most of your assignments will be in My Math Lab. Just always check the weekly folder to see what you have to do for that week. I encourage you to keep a portfolio or a binder of all of your work. Even though most of your assignments are going to be on My Math Lab, that doesn't mean you're not going to have any work. So just like in a regular class where you would put your name at the paper and number your paper and work through problems, I encourage you to do that as well in this class. Just because when you want to go back and study for exams, or if you need to ask me a question, I'll want to see your work. So you don't have to have a 3-ring binder, just whatever organizational system works for you, but you need to keep your work organized so that you can refer back to it later. Quizzes, we will have quizzes on My Math Lab, and there will also be some tasks in Angel that you'll have to do. The nice thing about doing the quizzes in My Math Lab is you can take them over and over until you get the score that you want. Likewise with the assignments that you're working on in class on My Math Lab, once you finish a problem, it will tell you right away whether you got it right or wrong. If you missed it, you can rework another problem immediately. With the quiz, however, you have to wait till you finish the quiz before you know how you did, and if you want to redo the quiz, you have to redo the whole thing, not just one part of it. Exams are different. If we have an exam on My Math Lab, you can only click into it one time and one time only, so you have to be ready to take your test when you click into it. We will have 2 exams on My Math Lab, and we will have 1 that we actually take in class, paper, pencil, old school style. So your My Math Lab exams, like I said earlier, you can only click into them once. They are timed, but all your exam work must be submitted once you completed your exam. So even though it's online, you still need to have a piece of paper, number your paper, and record all of your work, because later on I can go back and look at your questions, your problems that you did on My Math Lab, and I might be able to give you more points if I can see your work. So make sure you turn in that work right after you take the exam, and don't worry, I will remind you, it will be in the weekly folder. There are always practice exams or reviews available. You'll have a practice review on My Math Lab. It's totally optional. It's not counted into part of your grade, and you can work through it as many times as you want. There will also be a practice exam on Angel. You can print it off. It's paper pencil. You can work through it. And then there's also going to be a pincast that is a PDF that you'll be able to see all of my work, all the worked out solutions to all the problems. You'll also be able to click into it and listen to me explain the problem. So a lot of different ways to prepare for your exams. Final exam. All students are required to take the final exam on campus and must score a 50% or better in order to pass the course. That's a math department policy. So even if you have an 87% going into the final, if you score, let's say, a 32%, you will not pass the course. Very rarely does that happen. Just like the regular exams, there will be a practice exam. We will review in class, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to prepare for that final exam. Extra credit is offered throughout the semester. Just check your weekly folders. Late work, I do accept late work. My Math Lab is set up to where if you turn it in late or submit it late, it'll deduct 10%. And assignments are only viewable up to a week after the due date, and not quizzes, just assignments. So quizzes, once the due date is passed, it's passed. You can't make those up. But homework assignments you can. In My Math Lab, any homework assignment that is still a blue hyperlink, you can click into and work. If it's not a hyperlink, then the due date is passed and you cannot go back and work on it anymore. The last day to withdraw is December 3rd, and hopefully nobody withdraws. I'd like to see everybody finish and be successful this semester. And then the rest of this is just some of the things that you probably see in other syllabi for other courses. Attendance, show up for class obviously, but you also have to click into My Math Lab outside of class time and click into Angel, so just make sure you're doing that. And you'll have to do that in order to pass the course, in order to keep up with all of the work that you're going to be doing in these 8 weeks. And that's pretty much it, just some of the standard things left in the syllabus. I encourage you to go and look through the course schedule and possibly even print that off. But just if you're clicking into Angel once a week, you'll see all of that information again. I look forward to meeting you when I come back next Friday and getting started. and Miss Lehman is going to lead you through some of the activities today. You're going to work on getting registered for your My Math Lab and talk about note taking. I'll see you next week.